Hi, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of Ian as a Weirdo. Today, I'm going to be continuing to work on my Tapestry for Mental Health Awareness Month. I'm going to be doing this brain design. I did not make this design. This is from someone who put a pattern up on Pinterest. I'm just making it into a crochet tapestry. So, this is what I have so far, so we can kind of see the base of the brain right here. One issue is that I don't remember what hook size I was using. I think I was using a 4mm, but I don't know. So I'm just going to go with this, and hopefully that is correct. If it's not, I guess we're going to find out. So let's get started. Now, you gotta find where I was. So here it looks like I was on row 8. Can I turn it? Nope, okay. Shit, I shouldn't have brought that through. Carrying the yarn because I'm trying to do as few bobbles as possible because bobbles are, a little bit annoying. Sometimes they save you some work and sometimes they add to it. So trying to avoid them if I can. Okay, 3 and then 3. If you did not see, today I put up my interview with Zach for Mental Health Awareness Month. So if you would like to see that and enjoy the company of me and Zach, that video has been posted. I hope everyone is having a good day. I know we were planning on watching a movie today, but I got a copyright strike issue thing in Discord, which is very weird because we've never had that problem before, and we've been watching things on Discord for quite a while, so I'm not really sure what happened, but I'm a little nervous to just jump right back into it. So it's very weird. I think that it would just happen all of a sudden like that. So I don't know. This fucking Pinterest is stupid because it's like keeps on having this like light that keeps scanning over the um, pattern. Makes it harder to read because it's doing weird things to my eyeballs. Tomorrow we are doing our tea party. So if you want to come hang out and join the tea party, please feel free to come have some fun. So this is what it looks like so far. So we got a lot of color changes in this row. Okay, so this is 6. No, this is not looking right. Okay. So we had 3 dark pink. Okay, yeah, this is pretty messed up. Oops. Hey, um, I honestly I don't know if the game is even because I tried on ESPN and on Disney, and I can see the game, but then it won't let me have access to it, so I'm not really sure what has happened there. Um, but I was gonna watch. We were gonna do like a movie night tonight, anyways. But I'm just so scared to share anything right now because I don't want to like lose the ability right before like the like the and like lose the ability to watch the playoffs. So I'm sure there's just like a ton that I'm just doing wrong with with all of it. I don't know what's happening. Okay, so I did 3 dark pinks and do 3 light pink. Last I checked, the Avalanche were up by 2. It's the end of the first period. The Avalanche is up by 1. Yeah, yeah, which means like, what are the goalies doing? Um, it's probably the live game thing. Oh, you mean like do you mean to get to be able to watch it or to um are you talking about in Discord? Because honestly, like, yeah, I don't know what's going on in Discord. 3, 3, 3. To watch. Yeah, but it's like we have watched plenty of games live, and it's not been a problem. I'm like, why are you making this so difficult? Also, I hope everything I'm saying right now does not make me sound ungrateful for access to any of the live games. That's not what I intend. I'm projecting all my problems onto like the NHL and all of these different streaming services and everything. Where I'm like, what are you doing? Why are you making this so hard? 2, 1. The NHL Plus streaming, it's a racket for sure, for sure. And I'm just like, what is happening? Okay, so 2, 1, 2, 3. Sorry if this is annoying to just hear me say like numbers out loud, but I want to try to keep this. That looks a lot better, I think. Keep this straight. At least with the regular season, their justification for everything being separate, where it's like, well, you have local networks that have contracts for certain games, like home games and stuff like that. It's like, I don't like it at all, but it makes more sense than um, than like whatever's going on here. Like the playoffs, it's like it feels like there should be some consistency once you're in the playoffs, and that's not what I'm experiencing, at least. So I don't know if you saw it in Discord, but they actually like there's no more lounge. Like the lounge is gone, but there's other voice channels where I can share my screen. So I'm like, I don't know. I don't like. That's why I'm so like nervous because I just like took away the lounge. It's really weird. Okay, so 6. Yeah, because I'm like, I would really like to save that, like especially for like the, you know, like or like the conference finals and the playoffs or the finals. But I also created that backup Discord just in case. I'm like, well, we might have that, or like someone else can create a Discord server if we need to like skate by. I don't know. But I'm like, maybe I'll like um, kind of let it cool down for a little bit. But if you want to, because it's really just us right now. If you want to, like in Streamyard, share the share the game, then we can do that. Or you can watch a movie or whatever you want. I'm cool. I would like to watch the series at all, like the Wild and the Avalanche, because my theory is that whoever wins this is going to be the winner of the Western Conference. Um, that's kind of uh, my prediction. So I'd like to see what potentially the Hurricanes could be going up against. Um, yeah, absolutely. Um, I think you have to have a server. Do you have the server? Not just your account, but like your server. Also, one of the things that I think potentially could have caused it is that this happened after I shared something from Disney, which I hadn't done before. I was trying to look at like all the things that were different about like most recently. Um, the lounge was just like already in my voice channels. Okay, so you have your server. Yeah, if you want to share the invite link to your server so that um, I can uh, select it and then I can share it if you want, or I can keep it between us because people won't be able to get onto your server without a link, an invite link. Um, and but this is the first. So there were a couple things. So this is the first time I shared a Disney, uh, shared Disney specific material because I've shared ESPN and stuff like that before. So I'm like, maybe it was Disney, like the fact that it's Disney content that it got flagged so fast because when we did the movie night, that was from Disney, and Disney's notorious for being like very, very, very protective of copywritten material. Um, so that's the only thing I can think of is like maybe that's what it was um, that got it flagged so fast. Um, I don't know. And you, I believe, let me see. You are a um, mod, right? Yeah, just right. So I'm like, maybe that was it. Okay, I'm just making sure you have access to share a link. Yep. Okay. See that you do. And if you need help walking through it, I can help you if you need it. Okay, three. Five. Okay, so this is that row that I just did. So I've been thinking about um, how I want to kind of make this pattern a little bit more um, like how I want to do the tapestry. So I like having a dowel at the top of my tapestries. I just think that it hangs better, looks better, whatnot. Then I was like, maybe I'll do like a little bit of a border around just to kind of clean it up, make it look a little bit nicer. And I've had a couple thoughts about how I want to do, because I want to do things hanging off of it. Okay, so I gotta get that link on my computer. I can't click on it. So I gotta figure out how to do this. Yeah, so this is what happened to me because I found this game and it says something went wrong. Please try again. If the problem persists, visit the ESPN Help Center. So this is what happened to me when I tried to start watching it earlier. So I'm not sure. And I like logged off and logged back in because sometimes it helps. But okay, let's see. Discord. Let's hear. There we go. Okay, so A3 BT FST VU. A3 VT FST VU. It says this invite is invalid or has expired. Could you generate a new link for me, if you don't mind? You can also, I think, send me one directly because we're friends on Discord, but I'm not sure. Discord's so difficult, right? Oh, that's where that noise was. Okay, I see it. I was like, I hear the noise. Where is it from? Primarily metal. What the fuck is that? Screws? Is that a mountain? Sometimes these Discord has the weirdest like verify that you're a human. Um, so I'm like, I truly don't know what that is. And it makes me go, and okay, it's working. They make it hard for humans, absolutely. Okay. You're trying to split screen this. Okay. Okay, so we're halfway through the second, so about halfway through regulation. Colorado's up by two. Minnesota's leading shots on goal by three. So it's okay, Zach. It's okay to be nervous. I think you did a great job. And I think doing questions like that and talking about that type of stuff is difficult. So, I think that you handled it really well. I think you answered the questions, and I think that's all. Um, you just had to do what you do your best. So I'm gonna pin Lori's Discord if anyone wants to come watch the Minnesota Wild and Colorado Avalanche game. Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's tough to talk about it. That's absolutely right. Yeah, I think that's it. I mean, that's really all I could think about. Um, so, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 3. You bottle things in. Yeah. I mean, honestly, we all do. That's the truth of it. You know, we all do it to different degrees, and we all learn how to do it less with different skills and different tools. But it's something that I think is really natural to do, and it's something that we all have to really actively fight against. So you're not alone, Zach. Not by any means. One here. If you want to drop your channel, my bot can now do that. Thanks to help from Lori. So type drop it like it's hot. All no spaces. I'm going to step away for a couple minutes, but um, I will be right back. Oh, it worked. Nice. That's awesome. Yay. Sorry to step away, but I'm back. Oh, Zach, I don't know if you're still here. If you are, I don't know if you've entered this week's giveaway. Every week, I'm doing a giveaway for Mental Health Awareness Month, and one of the prizes. So no matter where you are, whether you're in the states or you're not, you can win a $20 gift card to wherever you like, pretty much. Um, so the like stress toys and stuff, I'm only keeping that within the states, uh, but everyone is eligible to get the gift card. It's for Okay, so Colorado still leads by two. End of the second period. I've said this before. I'll say this again. Say it again. PK is always dressed real cool. He's just a cool dressing dude. He's not boring at all, and I appreciate that as a boring dresser myself. Okay, so this is what it looks like right now. So we're starting to see some of the squiggly shapes come through over here, which is really exciting. So three, 4, 5. Okay, 5. What is that? 4, 3. Two. Like because the only time I've watched the Minnesota Wild play this entire season was when I went to the Kings game and the Kings won against the Wild, um, and so like I don't know any of the players. I'm trying to like who is this? They're talking about the players and everything. And then I haven't watched any of the Avalanche games. I don't know anybody. You hear Nate McKinnon, his name dropped a ton, but 3, 2, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Shit, 3, 5. That's 8, 9. I don't know the players either. Okay, I don't feel so bad. I'm like, who the hell are these guys that are talking about? I don't know. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 9. I have my Seth Jarvis shirt on. Look at him. Look at Seth. Look at him. That's my boy. Obviously, he's not playing today, but that's okay. Look at Grogu. Look at the little baby. Okay, still working on everything. Let's see. Five, 6, 7. I have no idea how like the draft works at all. Okay, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 2. 2, 3, 3. 3. Ugh. Just like saying numbers randomly. Oh, so I was saying earlier, I think I got distracted, which that's crazy because that doesn't happen to me. Um, so, how I'm thinking of doing this design is so I'm going to have, similar to my hats, hat holders, I'm going to do, oh, look at that cat. um, so, have a dowel that will hold the top of it uh, straight and make it look good. And then I might do like a border, not really sure what I would do, but just to kind of make sure everything looks nice and clean and um, pretty. And then I'm thinking, I have a couple ideas of like what I might want to do with like below the tapestry. So I thought it would be cool to take some of, because like I have so many, every month I go through so many pill bottles because I take a lot of medication. So I thought it would be cool to do something with my pill bottles, like hanging down, kind of like a wind chime or something, from the tapestry. And um, so at first I was like, I could just have the pill bottles just hanging down. And then I was thinking I could rhinestone them, make them sparkly and pretty, which would be fun. I could do glitter, um, which like I have glitter where I don't have rhinestones. I have to buy rhinestones and everything, the glue and everything. Um, but I could do glitter, but glitter is messier and not as you know it's not. It's just a different experience. So I was like, okay, well, I could rhinestone some pill bottles and have them hanging down from the brain. I thought would be cool. And then I found these like plastic pill beads, like beads that look like pills that I was like, those would be cool, like also hanging down, but they're a little expensive and I don't love. So I like if you have like an oblong pill, instead of being drilled top to bottom, it's drilled side to side. So if I was hanging it, it would be the pill would like this. Does that make sense? And for some reason in my brain, I'm like, that doesn't look as good. um, so um, I think I'm not going to do the pills. I think I'm just going to do the pill bottles that are rhinestoned. What do you all think? Think that could be cool? Two, 5, 3, 1. Okay, that's 9. This is Fall Out Boy that we're listening to. I will always find the Fall Out Boy. 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 5, 6, 7. Oh, little fisticuffs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, next row that we're at, we finally got to see some of this extending over here. This part right here we just got to. Okay, so we do 2 and then 1. Okay. One, two, eight. Two. 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, two, three, four, five, six, 7, 8. I feel like the penalties that are being called in this game are so different than what we were seeing in the Philly, uh, uh, the Flyers Carolina series, where it's just like pure madness over on the East Coast. And here, like, I mean, penalties are being called, but like, it's just nothing like whatsoever what's happening. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is an 8. Had to frog a bit of this row because it was my count was off. Okay, so a minute left of the Minnesota power play. What the hell is going on? I've never seen that. I've never seen them just like whacking six. That's hilarious. Sword fight. I'm like, oh, wow. We're loud. 8. Oh, One, two, three, four, five. Seriously, they are just letting them play. Like, whatever, do whatever you want. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven. Okay, so 13 minutes left in the third. Colorado leads by 2, and I'm just working away. I've had to frog a few times just because I'm not paying attention to the graph very much, nearly as much as I should. But I think it's starting to look pretty cool. Definitely has has the vibe. I feel like every time I look up, there's someone on the Minnesota Wild who doesn't have their stick. It's just like on the ice. I'm like, y'all, hold on, hold on to your sticks. Okay, 11. Okay, so this is what I want to be. It would also be really cool to somehow like put like what are those lights that are like fiber optic? Like where it looks like there's like different things going on in the brain. That would be cool. How do those work? I'm like gonna make this as fancy as possible just to like hang on my wall for like 5 minutes. Like I want that more than like an LED thing because I feel like it would somehow like make them poke through the yarn. It's like I'm thinking about like something like these where they're like the tip is lit up, but I don't know. And so like it sticks through the yarn, but I don't know how that would work. Jesus Christ, can you just chill the fuck out? But I feel like that would look more like what I want in my brain. Like they have flowers. So like here's some flowers that have like the center is like this fiber optic. I feel like that's like really cool looking. Hey Amy, that's good, Zach. I'm glad you're taking care of what you got to do. I'm thinking it would be cool to have like I'm talking about how I think it would be cool to have like lights in this brain tapestry that I'm working on, like fiber optic lights, so it looks like parts of your brain that like light up. I do feel like I'm looking at all this and I'm gonna be like, you know what, never mind, as I usually do. I just got your message too. Yeah, my sleep schedule is awful. It's been like basically it's like the complete opposite of what most people are awake for. They're playing Fall Out Boy again. In So I have pinned Lori's Discord, and we are watching the Avalanche play the Wild game 2. Uh, if you want to come hang out, you can. Again, that's pinned. Uh, Uh, my Discord just giving it like some time to breathe right now because I got a copyright strike. I think it's because we watched the Rental Family movie, and that's on Disney, and Disney's really really strict about copyright stuff. So I think that that's probably how I get flagged. Um, I can't really think of why else we get flagged now after all this time. So here's a These are like LED fairy lights. I feel like those could look cool, but they're not really what I have in mind. I think that the fiber optic was coolest, but I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to throw more money into it. Hey, Bridget, welcome in. We are watching on Lori's Discord. We're watching the game Colorado and Minnesota, game 2. If you want to join us, I've pinned the link for that because I got in a little bit of trouble. Oh, I'm so sorry. I get you, Amy. It's just sometimes you're like, can I just get a fucking break? Seriously. I'm sorry you had a bad day. I hope it gets a little bit better. Let's see. There's a little less than 9 minutes left in the third. Colorado leads by 2. Although they're being outshot by Minnesota by numbers 8. I'm sorry, Amy. I feel you. I feel you. I feel you. Yeah, and some days it's like, okay, I feel like shit, but I can like make it through. And some days it's just like life kicks your butt so hard. So if you haven't entered the giveaway, um, the giveaway it ends. This giveaway ends on Thursday, and I'm going to be doing one a week this whole month. If you are in the states, you win. You have the opportunity to win both the care package of stress toys and a $20 gift card. My idea was to do Hirschner's, but if you want to do it somewhere else, you want to do it for yarn or groceries or anything else, as long as I can get the gift card and it doesn't cost a lot to do it. May have dangerously low sodium and have to be admitted to the hospital. Just waiting on my doctor to call me on my lab results. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, being low sodium can really affect your blood pressure, right? Oh, I'm so sorry. I mean, obviously, I want whatever keeps you safest and healthiest, but going to the hospital, I know you've had your share and you're just tired of it. So I'm hoping everything is as good as possible. Um, and because like low blood pressure, that can be fainting and it's just not good. Bridget, you're casting candles. That's super cool. I would love to see that process. I've always thought candle making and stuff was just really cool. But I know that I would be the messiest person in the whole wide world to ever do it. So I haven't done it. I'm making this brain tapestry. So this is what it looks like so far. And this is what the pattern is. So I did not make this pattern. Someone else did. If you are ever looking for cool tapestry patterns that you don't have to do much work for, if you type in whatever you're looking for me, I was looking for a brain pattern. Um, this isn't specifically for crochet either. It's just a chart. So if you type in alpha pattern and then whatever you're looking for, you can get something like this. And there's all different types of ones, um, pictures, funny phrases, like whatever. Thank you. Thank you so much. And then I'm thinking, so I was saying this earlier, so I'm going to put a dowel at the top, like I typically do with like tapestries and my hat holder and stuff like that. And then I'm going to do a border just to make it feel like a little bit like more professional looking or whatever. And then because I go through a shit ton of pills every month for all my mental stuff, I was going to hang these from the bottom, kind of like a wind chime type of effect. And I'm going to rhinestone them and um, and hang them so they're nice and sparkly and fun. Uh, take the labels off, obviously. So um, they also had these really cool. I found these really cool like plastic. Oh, Avalanche put one more in. Now they lead by 3. And noise is awful. Um, but I found these beads that look like pills, and I thought that they would be really cool to like also hang on there. Um, I could make some maybe from like air dry clay or something. I might try that too. Yeah, because I have so many and it sucks. I feel so wasteful throwing them away every month, but I don't know. I literally have so many. I don't know what to do. So, but then so the the pills. My one problem is that instead of so if you look at like an oblong pill, instead of being drilled top to bottom, it's drilled from side to side. So your pill, as it was hanging, would be like this instead of like this. For some reason, I don't like that. I don't like that idea. So I'm like, nah. I either will make my own or I just won't use them. But yeah, I thought that would be a good representation of why I'm doing this project this month, like mental health. Because like so much of my mental health is about like medicating my brain to be able to function like a semi-normal human being. Um, using that term very, very loosely. But I have so many. I've been wanting to do something with all these pill bottles. I just don't know. I haven't known really what I wanted to do. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Oh, why I'll just put one in. Yeah, candles are so cool. 5, 9, 10, 11. 1, 2, 3, 5. Okay, 8. Yeah, candles are cool. Very cool. Thank you, Lori, for helping me. So Nightbot just said if you want to drop your channel, type without spaces, drop it like it's hot. You don't need the quotation marks, just write drop it like it's hot, and Nightbot will do the dirty work of your dropping your channel. I'm sorry, Zach. Sometimes I feel personally like if I'm holding in a lot of stuff, anything will make me cry, and my eyes will be like wanting to cry. Even when I don't feel like anything's happening, it's because there's like so much going on inside. So if you need to cry, it's okay. I really appreciate Lori. You're always super helpful. You know, for me, for me, it's a sign of like I'm in a depressive episode if I'm having those moments where I'm like I just want to cry, no reason. I just want to cry, and that makes me want to check in on myself. Hmm. That's really well said, both Lori and Amy. Okay, and what two? 4, 2, that's 6. I understand that, Zach. I understand that. 5, 10, 14. Oh, 5, 10, 14. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, minute 20 left. Minnesota has an empty net. We didn't call it. Tea Party. Okay, I know that it has been confusing because the times have changed like 50 times, so I apologize for that. Let me see. Okay, so it will be at 6 p.m. your time. Because it's 5 my time. Is that right? 40 seconds left. And I know that's pretty late to have Tea Party, but I also, wait, I tried to tell you I was an hour ahead of you last week, and you were like, no. Is that how it went? I mean, time zones are confusing. Oh, empty net goal with 4 seconds remaining. I thought, yeah, I don't know. Time zones are weird. It's gonna be 5 p.m. my time. But this is just going to be like trying things out. So if we find that it's just we don't like this time or whatever, wait. Okay, so Colorado wins. So Colorado is currently 2-0 in this series with the Wild. Wah, wah, wah. They're breaking the Wild spirit now. Yeah. Well, everyone keeps saying like the Wild needs to get back on their game. This is not how the Wild typically plays, and so if they're not playing their usual game, they're gonna be eating shit against um, the Avalanche. Like you can't not be on your game against the Avs right now. 4-2-6. Yeah, I know it's confusing. It's because like I changed it like 50 times. Um, it's gonna be 6 p.m. Mountain time. It'll be 5 p.m. Pacific, and then 8 p.m. Eastern. It sucks because like I think that the general idea of a tea party would be better earlier in the day, but like I just don't wake up early, so it's just a really difficult issue or difficult thing to schedule. We probably could start doing it earlier on Wednesdays if we wanted to. Um, so in fact, like if you all wanted to, we could do it as early as um like like 3 p.m. your time, which I know is not that early, but it's still early, much earlier than 6. Especially if you're like if you're like me and you like don't drink much caffeine at like 5 p.m. 6. Oh, it did snow. Mama G goes on at 4 on Wednesdays. Okay, so it might actually be decent to not go on or to not. Okay, yeah, I have no idea when anyone goes on ever because I never pay attention to that. So I appreciate you all paying attention. So do you think 6 your time is good to go on? Calling for a snow day. Wow. Six Mountain should work. Okay. Yeah, we can give it a try this week, and if it doesn't work, we can try for something different next week. Yeah, it's the playoffs, like scheduling around the playoffs is going to be the most annoying part of the next couple weeks, just or like month and a half, right? last week of school, and our district called for snow day. We already have. See, I don't know why it's like I know that places that get snow frequently, they have like different policies, basically, of like what would constitute a snow day and what wouldn't. Um, because like if like we even hear like in North Carolina, if we even heard that there was gonna be snow, like you might have a snow day. And usually it's just like it's absolutely nothing. Although if we have a tendency to get ice much more frequently, which obviously is very dangerous to um, drive in. But it seems crazy to me that there would be a snow day this this late in the year. I don't know anything. So for you, Zach, the snack party, the uh, the tea party will be at 8 p.m. Eastern. If you go on my channel, you can make sure you get the notification, and it will tell you exactly what time it is for your time zone. But it's going to be 8 Eastern, 6 Mountain, and um, 5 Pacific. Uh, Everyone is invited, but obviously you are invited, Zach. So please, we would love to have you. I just know, I think Lori and Amy and I have talked about it the most because I think it was an idea that came up while we were all live and like in the chat at the same time. So this is the brain, what it looks like so far. Wouldn't it look cool with like fiber optic lights like sticking out of it, kind of like twinkling? I think that'd be really cool. But also, I don't really know how to do that on the cheap. So, like when people put like, because I was looking at different images and how like how like really fancy nice cars will have fiber optics in their uh, like ceiling, and it looks like the night sky because of like how it twinkles and stuff like that. I feel like that would be really cool in this, but I don't really know how to make that happen. You only work 9 to 2. Okay, so that'll be good. Yeah. So this is my progress. I feel like I don't know. Does it not look like I made that much progress? Because it feels like it looks like it didn't make that much progress. But I think I did like uh, maybe 4 rows. Definitely a lot more time. It takes a lot more time to focus when the colors are changing a lot more frequently, like they are up here. So I'm on row 13 of, let's see, how many rows are there? Of 36. So I'm like a little more than a third of the way through. But yeah, with that, some kind of like right there. And the back looks like this. Carried some uh, yarn, and then, but I'm carrying most of it, and then all of this right here is going to be cut off. So the back doesn't look too bad, actually, surprisingly. Definitely has some moments where it doesn't look as clean as the front. So I can pretty clearly tell which is the front facing direction for me and what I want. But yeah, yeah. And I'm really, really liking the color choices because I feel like I was, I mean, once I put them all next to each other, I wasn't too, uh, it was pretty clear to me. But this is like a fuchsia. It's from Big Twist. And then this, my lightest pink, is this color called Posy. And this is Hirschner's Worsted. So I think that the contrast is good for showing, like, you don't want to do all that work and it not show. If I forget, I'm using a 4mm hook. So what's everyone up to right now? If you didn't get a chance to see, I did interview Zach, and I posted that earlier today. So if you want to watch that, that is up. I have also posted my interview with Froggy One at Knitting, and both of those interviews I think went well. So nice to be able to have those up so that people can watch. And I've been trying to post on different, working on 3 whips. I I hate to tell you, Lori, but 3 whips is, if you're like, wow, that's insane. I want to invite you into my brain, and it could be so much worse. It could be so much worse. But I understand if that's if that's what you define chaos as, feeling like you're working on too many whips is definitely stressful, and you're like, oh. And working on 3 things at a time can always feel like a lot. I'm I've been very bad historically about having too many whips, so I think right now the fact that I only have like total I have, let's say, like a handful, 2 handfuls of whips, it's pretty good for me, because I think when I was like at my worst, probably had like 20 plus. Not probably, like I remember counting them and I had more than 20 whips. That's really bad. That's really, really bad. And some of them were like the whips that you know you're never gonna finish. So you just started something you're never gonna finish. So probably could like take those apart. Have used the yarn for something else. I'm also like a maniac, so don't, what I what what was normal for me or is normal for me is not a standard for anybody else. Exactly, exactly, Amy. Yeah. Again, if you want Nightbot to drop your channel, and feel free to do this as many times as you want. And I'm saying that to you all specifically who's here, because I know you won't do it like every 5 seconds. Uh, which is, but if you want Nightbot to drop your channel, just type drop it like it's hot. No, no spaces. You don't need to do the parentheses around it. And Nightbot will drop your channel. Isn't that cool? Isn't that fancy? Thank Lori. She helped me. You do not count timeout whips. Okay. Probably have 10 whips. Actually, sorry. Okay. I like calling them timeout whips. That's nice. Yeah, I have some that like I want to do. And I picked up the Alzheimer's blanket that I was working on, the mandala blanket. I picked that up for the first time in a while a couple weeks ago, and it was fun working on it again. But I put it down. It's just one of those things that's not. I can't just pick it up and do it because the pattern repeat and all that stuff is, takes a while. Like I can't do a lot of multitasking with it, and that's tough because most of my like stuff that I do, if I'm gonna spend time on it and stuff like that, being able to work on it on live is pretty much the best option for me because I don't actually crochet hardly at all if I'm not on camera. Like being on camera is probably like the only thing that like gets me to crochet. I don't know what that's about. I think I just have too much distraction, and I can't crochet if I'm not focusing on this. You decided my ADHD meds. Weren't working because I stopped taking them. Haven't decided that was a poor choice yet or not. Yeah, I mean, I feel like ADHD meds are really there's special classification of meds, and I don't know. Like I haven't been able to take mine because for a couple months because my tremors were really bad, and even though my tremors are not caused by my ADHD medications, they make my tremors worse. So I just haven't taken my ADHD meds. I talked to my doctor about it, so it's not like I just like went off on my own because they really don't like when people do that. So I get it, but it's like, is my like thinking like muddier? Our task harder for me to do? Is like, do I feel like getting the ball rolling is a lot harder? Yes, because like I was talking to my doctor because I was like, I don't know if my meds are actually my ADHD meds actually do anything, and for me, it's like once I get the ball rolling, it's and I'm on a pretty low dose, so it's like once I get the ball rolling, then if my ADHD meds are working or not, it's actually like a really a hard thing to tell if I'm seeing any difference, if that makes any sense. But if I roll back to like, am I actually able to like get past this like executive dysfunction to do shit? That's where is the engine turning over? And for me, when I don't take my ADHD meds, the engine don't turn over that much. Yeah, I mean, some people do have better results with homeopathic options, and yeah, neurofeedback. Some people can see. I have never heard of neurofeedback for ADHD, but there's a lot of different treatments and ideas towards it. So that may be something. You have bad tremors too. Yeah. Yeah. The amount of things that can cause tremors is so insane, right? Like, I don't know if you're experiencing this, but like, it's the amount of things because you can have just like have an essential tremor. You can have, I mean, if you are, I wonder if uh, like, because I'm sure you're getting your blood taken all the time. They like have like a stockpile of your blood. and they're checking levels with that. But I wonder if low salt, like low sodium, can cause that, because it can cause blood pressure issues, right? I think blood pressure issues can cause that. I take propranolol to help, but for me, it's like chronic fatigue that I have from my parathyroid problem. And that's it. My tremors were actually the reason why I went to the doctor in the first place. So I understand, because it was so bad that I like couldn't eat, like like it was just like this is how I was trying to eat, and it was, you know, and then I have family members that have Parkinson's, essential tremors run in my family. So like my dad and my uncle all have essential tremors. So that's just you shake no reason, and we can't really stop it. So or there's no, but it's not gonna hurt you. Hmm. Yeah, like yeah, it's when you and I don't know how you feel as someone who is in recovery, but um, for me, it's like I always get very self conscious because I feel like everyone associates hand tremors and things like that with like withdrawals and things like that. And so I feel like people are watching me and judging me in this very specific way that I'm like, I'm not even doing anything cool. I'm not, like, I literally am not. I don't know. It's like how my brain functions with these things. But yeah, I don't think if I had just gone in with tremors as my only symptom, I don't think they would have tested my parathyroid. Um, but because I was having other symptoms, that's uh, where my parathyroid was tested. Really, what was the reason? Um, because like they always check my thyroid, anyways, because I do have chronic thyroid problems, and I'm on Synthroid for that and everything. Yeah, there's a lot of symptoms that usually pop up. Also, it's not very likely at our ages to be diagnosed with Parkinson's without a pretty hefty list of symptoms co-occurring. Um, your voice tremors. Mm. Yeah, for me, they were like, okay, let's check your thyroid, let's check your parathyroid. Um, one so for me, because they did a CBC, and which my insurance has stopped paying for, and I'm like, so a comprehensive blood panel, and my insurance has stopped paying for it, even if it's just like once a year, once every other year for my physical. They've stopped paying for it, which is cool because who needs to make sure you're healthy. Um, and my calcium was very high, and that was actually the reason why they decided to go and check my parathyroid, because the parathyroid is in charge of your um, calcium uh, absorption, I guess, in your body. Um, and it was like insanely high. And when your parathyroid's high, you have fatigue, you have like muscle weakness, which they think that that's what it was, because before all of this, they were like, we have me and my psychiatrist and everything. We thought it was yes, yes, absolutely, and like there's got to be balance in what health insurance like lets us do, but also um, you know what doctors will do and stuff like that. It's insane. Like the the fact that like doctors, I'm always hearing about doctors spending so much time directly being on the phone with insurance companies, or their administrators being on the phone with insurance companies, trying to get things paid for. And I used to work in my mom's dental office like 20 years ago, and I was spending time on the phone with dental insurance companies, which have a better rate of pay, and things have only gotten worse for medical insurance. So it's they have people who their whole job is to get things paid for because insurance companies are terrible. So and this is life or death for people. They can't be fucking around, and you know, I just drops of everything: CMP, thyroid, ammonia, liver, and kidneys function. Yep. Yeah. If if your calcium is high but your thyroid is normal, it could be your parathyroid, which does not show up on your thyroid panel. Which apparently parathyroid problems are very common, but hopefully with all those labs they can figure out something, because nothing's worse, and every chronic pain patient knows this. Nothing is worse when you are miserable, sick all the time, feel like shit, and your blood panels and all your tests come back normal. So you're like, what am I supposed to do with this? What am I supposed to do with all this information? Yeah, and apparently our bodies were just made to break. They're very fragile. Uh, so, what do we do about that? I don't know. But I hope they can figure it out. What is CMP? It sounds familiar. But part of getting old. Yeah. But honestly, like, what's the terrible thing is that no one in this room is particularly old. It's like, it's just part of having a body that, you know, a body that's just a little sicker than average. But I don't know. I guess none of us are like young babes either. I guess you can be sick at any age. I mean, I'm not. I guess you can be sick at any age. You can be sick at any age, and the younger you are, the a metabolic panel. Okay, yeah. So is your voice tremor and your hand tremor? Do they believe that those are connected? Because I know that also, like, because with because I take antipsychotics, and those can cause tardive dyskinesia, which can cause involuntary facial movements, but it can also cause involuntary movements of other things. And so I could see something like uh, a vocal tremor being a part of that too. But I'm sure that other classifications can cause that too. Entire body. Yeah. I'm really hoping you get some answers. It's very, very, very frustrating. I wish someone offered me a warranty when I turned 50. Yeah. Yeah. Well, I know people who like in some of the bipolar groups that I'm in, like can't get life insurance now. And like, I understand that there's a facet of that sucks big time. Not a facet that sucks big time, but a facet of like, I understand why they can't get life insurance. Um, but like, it's like, there's like, I feel like there should be like a quality of life insurance, not just like being alive, but like, does your life, is it really difficult and you need help paying medical bills and stuff like that? I feel like that should be weaning off one of your psych meds and trying to see if that's from, okay, hopefully, hopefully that helps. And, you know, also, you're doing okay mentally with it too. We just need to be part of. We're just part of like the Broken Bodies Club, Broken Brain, Broken Bodies Club. Well, at least we get to drink some tea tomorrow. Is your doctor usually pretty good about getting your results back to you pretty quickly? Yeah, when I was having like when I started having and I kept on bringing my hand tremors up, and I kept on saying that they were a problem, and that nobody listened to me, and then all of a sudden every all of a sudden like everybody listened to me. Um, so it just took a long time of me keeping saying like this is a real like a huge problem, and then like it keeps getting worse. I guess also like I was writing it off a little bit, so maybe that was part of it. Um, but uh, but yeah, they were gonna take me off my meds, and I was really nervous because if you've paid attention the past several years with my mental health, everything hurts and I'm dying. Exactly. Um, if you then like, oh, and granted, like you guys don't know how often I change meds and stuff like that, but I used to be taking different meds every 2 weeks. My whole regimen would change, and it was a nightmare. And so the fact that I've been on the same meds for pretty much for like a year has been a really, really, really big deal for me, and I've been stable with that. And so they were like, well, we might have to change all your meds. Is like a huge nightmare to think about. But luckily, slash unluckily, it's been a different problem. So they haven't taken me off my meds for that reason. At least we're just wiggling stuff around. You know, it's just a tumor in my throat. That's all. So what are you gonna do? Um, I still would like to watch some mental health movies. Um, all of the movies. Oh my gosh! I thank you, and yes, and I'm still, I still go through it. I still have minor episodes, but nothing like what it was. I this is the longest time I haven't been hospitalized or needed to go into treatment in like since 2020. That's insane. That I've been able to keep it together, and the fact that I'm doing it like relatively alone is a, a bigger sign too. So Scotty's my emotional support animal. He like legitimately is my emotional support animal. He's got his papers from my therapist, and he's not a service animal. You can't have a service cat, but I don't think he would know what to do with a service cat. You can't train cats really. Um, they just are intuitive and lovely. Um, but yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I've been doing much better. We'll see what happens with all this health stuff, that how that puts me mentally. But oh my god, oh my god, Lori! Oh shit, I totally forgot about that. Oh my gosh, Lori! Thank you, Lori. I appreciate that so much. Holy shit, that's such a big deal. I appreciate that. You were the first. Oh my god, I'm like, I don't know how to stop smiling about this. This is so cool. Okay. I'm like, don't cry, don't cry. Here I am saying how like mentally stable I am. I'm like, okay, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry, don't cry. Happy tears are okay though. Happy tears are okay. Also, it just makes my glasses smudge up faster because I'm apparently a dirty, greasy person. That my glasses are always just nasty. Itchy ears. Oh my gosh, Amy, Amy, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, I just became monetized a couple days ago. Still working through the kinks of like when I can do certain things um, in on in YouTube Studio. Lori was helping me out with that, and I think it's just a couple days of waiting to see. But I did the one thing I am able to do is turn Discord and not Discord, turn super chats on. So this, thank you both very much. I really appreciate that. Super cool. Oh my gosh. Just 6 years of doing YouTube frequently, to get here. But um, but I know all of you were very instrumental of me getting here, so I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Very special. Very, very special. I don't know what to do with myself. I don't know what to do with myself. I have so much cat hair on my legs. That's what I'll do. I'll just pick a cat hair on my legs. Oh, so I still want to watch mental health movies, and um, I, but I think that again, I think that we are all one big. We are, and I just, um, you know, I think that, uh, there's always, I don't want to say bad apples, but like sometimes just personalities don't like vibe with each other very well. And I feel very, very fortunate that like I have found such amazing people who like feel like family, feel like true friends here. And I'm so lucky uh, to have you all and to have you in my life. And it does feel like if this is the chosen family that people talk about, that people get excited about, and people like love like their families, because not that I don't love my family, but they're really a bunch of crazy people. First few are so special. Yes, they really are. It's okay, Zach. It's okay. And you take the time that you need. If you need to cancel 16 weeks of lives, it's what you need to do for your health, your mental health, your happiness, then that's okay. Do what you got to do. Because there's always going to be opportunities to come back and do it again. But if you push yourself and you're miserable when you're online, it's just nobody has fun. You don't have fun. People there just, and I know I'm one to talk because sometimes, in the past couple of weeks, I've come online and just not been happy. And I didn't even know I wasn't that happy, but when I got online, I was like, you know what, this isn't for me. So I was like, I'm gonna get out of here before I make an ass out of myself. And I hope I did. I hope I did. Um, so fit in here because you're a weirdo. Absolutely. Yeah. Weird is welcome here. Um, so basically, if it was a movie, but it's on Disney, I think because when we watched Rental Family, that is on Disney, and I think that's the reason I got the copyright strike issue on Discord. So I want to avoid the Disney movies that I had um, suggested, and I think that, and most of it, because I think that's the problem. So we still have Inside, which is on Netflix, which we can watch with Lori. Um, there's the show Shrinking, which is on Apple TV, which we can also watch with Lori. There's the Anthony Padilla A Day With, or like I Spent a Day With series on YouTube, and he goes and he spends a day, like he interviews a couple people, and they can have a mental illness in common, they can have kind of a life experience in common. Um, so I think that that could be really cool because I like the idea of spreading awareness of different mental illnesses and challenges. Um, I like the idea of talking about that, but it's also so hard with certain media interpretations of them, because it's always either they like get it way wrong or they get it right, but it's always like the really tragic, horrible, terrible stuff. And they're not talking about how like these people can like live lives that are happy and satisfying and stuff like that too. Um, so I like that this is just kind of like an interview with humans. Um, do we have any more ideas? I'll have to go through like to go through all of my subscriptions and see what's available because again I don't want to, there's some things that are like the movie might be good but it's just too depressing. And I personally don't want to watch those movies right now. I just don't. I'm not like I just don't do that anymore. In fact, like the past couple of years, if I know a movie's gonna make me cry, I don't watch it. I just I life is too sad already. Just can't do it. Dead Poet Society, amazing, but can't watch it anymore. Yeah, it's very, very good. You know what is a good movie? I think Good Will Hunting, and it doesn't make me cry. Um, I mean, there's like the subject of like grief that Robin Williams' character has, and then just like I say, just like poor coping skills uh, overall. I don't know. Is that a mental health movie though? I don't know. What is mental health movie? Yeah, and I mean honestly, like some of the, you know what might actually be good, and Netflix has a lot of stand-up comedy because a lot of stand-up comedians will talk at length about their mental health, and they they're making a joke out of it, but they're showing the real side of certain uh, mental health issues as well. Um, like I know Taylor, what's her last name? Like Bromson or something. She she is bipolar, and she has a kind of part of her stand up uh, that she did. I don't know if it's the one that's on Netflix right now, but she was like talking about finding out she was bipolar because she thought she was just depressed, and then she was getting all these meds, and she was like, "Why am I on all these meds?" And she like Googles them, and they're all for bipolar. She brings it up to her psych. She's like, "So, do we think I'm bipolar?" And they're like, "Yeah." And she was like, "Oh, okay. Well, I did not know that." Yes, very powerful in its acting, absolutely. So for stand-up comedy, it would probably be best to do Netflix. Just see if there's any. But I feel like, um, it's not the whole show generally. It's just like a small segment. So I feel like we could just find a lot of those on YouTube and stuff. You don't need the whole thing. I'm so sweaty right now. Jesus Christ. I'll put the wall. What the wall ever do to you? Mm-hmm. Cat Williams talks a lot about mental health, but he's not everyone's cup of tea. Cool. Yeah, I'll try to. I think I'm gonna look on like snowing here, so I'm the opposite of sweating. Yeah, we need to like average our two temperatures. Let's see. The wall did nothing to you. Well, why did you elbow it? Mm-hmm. Ooh, Kevin can fuck himself. I want to watch that. I watched a couple episodes and I really liked it. I was not prepared. I feel like the advertisement for that show was not. It didn't sell it. Like, it's a cool concept. Okay, I'm gonna have to look up some things because nothing's like catching my eye. That's like a good mental health thing. Okie dokie. Well, I might call it an evening. We've been on here for about 2.5 hours. Heard a bit, I'm clumsy. I get you, Zach. Me too. Stuff being clumsy. The D&D corner to corner I designed. The graph is ready, but I'm not done. Ooh, I can't wait to see. It's gonna be so cool. I bet I will like it. Kevin Young sounds very good. Pretty intense. Yeah. I wish they because I forgot how I first found out about what it was actually about. Because the advertisements just look like a typical sitcom, and then when you realize that it's really not a typical sitcom, you're like, whoa, this is a pretty cool idea for a show. At least in the couple of episodes that I've seen, I'm like, okay, I really like this idea for a show. How it's like it's no longer a sitcom, it's like a drama once she's not, with Kevin or whatever. And the show, and then the name, I also feel like it's really weird because you would not think to pick up deep issues, but it's a drama sort of sitcom. Yeah. Yes, absolutely, Amy. I hope you have a good night. I hope you start feeling better soon. I hope all of you start feeling better soon because we're all going through something, whether we're hitting walls or having migraines or shaking or, whatever's going on with me. So I hope we all start feeling better soon. We'll have our tea party tomorrow. And so it's 5 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Mountain, and 8 p.m. Eastern time that we'll have our first tea party. No need to dress up if you don't want to. I don't have anything to dress up with, so sorry. But I will be making tea, and I will be drinking tea. So we'll start there, and if we like doing the tea parties, and we'll keep on going. But yeah, and I will also resend the link to join tomorrow, so you don't lose it. But yes, I hope everyone has a good night.